All right, I'm going to be really vulnerable and walk you through my Zyto scan tonight so that you can see how I do it every night and how you can learn to do it for you. So when I finished my scan, see where this number 52 is? So I take a piece of paper and I write down the date and then I put 52 on the left. And then the top of the right, I write down emotional. See where that is here? Emotional 25, functional 52, energetic 56. Now, mind you, I just got back from a commute to the hospital, a very long day. So this is where I'm ending my day, which began at 5:15 this morning and it's 7:25 tonight. So this is where I am, and this is how I recharge every night, which I'm hoping you can see how wonderful this is and where we go. So I'm starting at 52. My goal is to be as close to 100 as possible. So then I will go down here where it says, at the very top, it says Systems Report. And this is going through every body system and where I am right now in this moment in this body system. So my cardiovascular is about halfway across that bar. And I take the arrow there, and this shows what oils or supplements will affect my cardiovascular system and bring it into balance. Now, I look down this list. It's the best if you pick the one with the highest number. But if you don't have it, you pick the one you have. Okay? So this gives me a list: Present Time, Awaken, Joy, Juva Power, Idaho Grand Fir, Olive Essentials, and Sleek Tea. So I'm going to pick Idaho Grand Fir since I have it and it is the highest one. And when I check that, it's going to add teal to balance out my cardiovascular system. And so that took me from a 52 to a 55. Emotionally, I stayed at 25, but function, I went from 52 to 63. And energetically, I went from a 56 to a 74. You can see that on the top. So I'm going to write on my paper cardio, and I'm going to write Idaho Grand Fir. Because when this is all done, I'm going to go get a little Tupperware in my house, and I'm going to fill it with these oils and mop them on. That's how I roll. Okay, so I'm done with cardio. Next, I'm going to go to detox. See how much that Idaho Grand Fir, where you see the teal is, it affected all of these. It actually brought the mental and emotional all the way over. You see that? So I love this insight. It's so cool. Okay, we're back to detox. That's number 2. So I'm putting detox on my paper. And here are the oils or supplements that are going to affect me with detox. Grounding, orange, ledum, zing, which I drank on my way home tonight, joy, lime, and comfort tone. So I'm going to pick orange, and I took the orange and it took me almost to the end. So if I wanted to, I could add a little more. So I could add orange and joy, or orange and lime. Let me back up and take the orange off and put the joy on and see what happens. They both take me about the same. So I'm going to take orange and joy. And I'm going to write them on my paper. And look at that. I started at a 52. I am now at 74 with my total number. And I started with a 25 on the emotional, and I'm now at a 48. I started at 52 with function. I'm now at a 70. And energetically, I started at a 56, and I'm at an 80 now, just with those oils. So I wrote those down. Then I'm going to end it. Now that one, look at that. That also took my immune system all the way over. So we're going to go to endocrine. And I'm going to write endocrine on my paper. And what oils or supplements do I have of these that will affect my endocrine system? And pull that over. So I look down the list. And do I want to go Myrtle or Believe? I think Myrtle is higher, so I'm going to pick Myrtle. All right, Myrtle took me all the way over. And the nice thing is you can go down here. Well, if you don't have Myrtle, you might have Sage, you might have Thiverman, you might have Believe. You just look and check the ones you actually have. And now here we see I've gone from 52 to 80. Okay, next is gastrointestinal. I'm going to write that on my paper. Okay, Super C, sulfurzyme capsules, alkaline, para-free, Cool Azul, Juva Power, Tarragon. So I'm going to pick the Super C. And now what I'm going to do, I do take Super C. I'll just up my dose. So I'll just take a couple extra of those tonight is what I'm going to do. Okay, my immune system is next. And as you see, I've already taken Super C and Joy on my list and Orange. So those three pulled my immune system all the way over. So I don't need to add any, but I do know that those three are going to do the work for my immune system tonight. Okay, musculoskeletal. Peppermint, Aroma Ease, Wintergreen, German Chamomile, Copaiba, Olive, Essentials, and Blue Cypress. Well, I pick which of those do I have that I want to use tonight. Peppermint is usually my number one go-to for everything. My body gets a lot of peppermint a day. Pull that one on, and I would just add in the peppermint. Okay. Now if I look back, let me go back to that. If I took Wintergreen, which I don't use as often, I think I'm going to change that. Did you see the reason? If I took Peppermint, Wintergreen took me to an 85, but Peppermint, oh, they both took me to 85, didn't they? Okay, so I could pick either one, either Peppermint or Wintergreen. Either one will bring me over. So, and that's the fun thing, is you can play with them according to what you have. All right, respiratory, look at that. That's already pulled over. And it's pulled over from Myrtle, because I already did Myrtle, and Orange, and Super C. I love this so much. Okay, diet and nutrition, that's already taken care of as well from the Super C. So I don't need to add anything there. Environmental toxins, that was also taken care of by the Super C. That's what I love about this, is it's not that you need so many things. One thing might affect 4 or 5 body systems. Okay, hydration. What do I need with hydration? Rose, myrrh, blue cypress, yin lang, zhang mao, and brain power. I use a lot of yin lang, so I'm going to pick brain power. And the way I use brain power is either the base of my skull or on the roof of my mouth. It's very fast results for me. So that's what I'm going to use for my brain power tonight. Okay, mental and emotional stress. Brain power and Idaho Grand Burr. Took care of that body system. All right, movement. What do I need for movements? It's already taken care of, pulled all the way over by Super C. So we took care of that body system. Now the only one left is sleep. What is it that could pull my sleep over? Well, tranquil, envision, gentle baby. Let's try the tranquil. I have that sitting by my bedside anyways. Okay. Now, if you look here under system stressors, if you click on that, that will tell you what things are causing you to not sleep. So that's another thing that's really great if you want to just dig in there a little bit in each one of those. What are the things that are causing you to not sleep? Interesting that caffeine shows up because I just finished drinking a Zing on my way home, and that has a small amount of caffeine. So I think that's cool the way that shows up. All right, this shows you sleep. What is it? Okay, so then, and since I didn't get the sleep all the way over, I could add another oil if I wanted. And I do not have Gentle Baby. I have about 6 drops of Envision left that I'm hoarding. So I think I will add Sleepy Eyes. And that brought me over all the way. Okay, so now when I look back under my list, my gastro, my immune system, my respiratory system, my diet, my environmental toxins, and movement are all pulled over all the way by just that Super C. That is so fun. So now I go back to the top. I started at a 52 and I got to an 85. Emotional, I started at 25 and I got to 59. My function started at 52, I got it to an 86. And my energetic started at 56 and I got to an 88. So long day, difficult day, but real tools that I can mop on now, get these on my body, and have the rest of my day settled and ready to rinse and repeat for tomorrow. I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know if there's any way I can explain it better or get you plugged in so you can do yours.